Remember, after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, you know, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on, because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, you know, like World War II, things that happened, you know, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to never forget, because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
Gentlemen, Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
J6, the Holocaust. Are these people really this delusional? Yes, they are.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell. Click the word all. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's the way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Afternoon Drive. Well, to the complete dismay and meltdown of the progressive left, Donald Trump's election was certified on January the 6th. And of course, the irony of what happened on January the 6th, 2021, and the insurrection that they tried to turn it into. Sonny Hostin over at The View is really upset that people forgot all this and voted for Donald Trump anyway, and that there was a time when Republicans were on board with that this was all Donald Trump's fault and it needed to be dealt with, and then they just sort of backed away. Why would they do that? Let's break it down.
Remember, after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, you know, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on, because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, you know, like World War II, things that happened, you know, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to never forget, because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
Well, I can tell you why Mitch McConnell said what he said. He's not a Republican, he's deep state. He's at best a rhino, which is nothing more than a Democrat dressed in Republican drag. But in actuality, he is a cucked, compromised, paid for by the deep state shill, masquerading as a conservative from Kentucky. He's about as conservative as Trey Gowdy, the traitor. That said, as the evidence after the initial overreaction began to come out, you know, there was Ray Epps out there egging everybody on to go into the Capitol, but yet he wasn't wanted or a person of interest by the FBI. There were reports, I was getting reports as it was actually happening live on the ground, of white unmarked vans pulling up with government license plates on. What looked to be like SWAT people getting out, putting on Donald Trump t-shirts, picking up Donald Trump billboards, filtering into the crowd, and causing a ruckus. We're now finding out, since Tucker was allowed to show us some of the video footage of that fateful day that we were not allowed to see before, that there were already protesters inside the Capitol before anything even happened, because they were there ready to act like they had broken in, when in reality they were already there because they were already part of, shall we say, the inside operation that made that happen. Nancy Botox Pelosi, it's admitted by her daughter on camera, had ordered all of the Capitol security to stand down, stay away on purpose. This was a manufactured event. That's why people have lost interest in it. And they get it. The American people, by and large, see this for what it was. This was designed, this was a psyop to create distraction and to try to eliminate Donald Trump from ever being president. The problem is they never actually charged him with insurrection. There were protesters at the Capitol on January the 6th talking about, we're here to stop the certification of Donald Trump based on the 14th Amendment. Well, here's the problem. The government never charged Donald Trump with insurrection, and he was never found guilty of insurrection. You found him guilty of what? Paying hush money to Stormy Daniels? Over evaluating the value of Mar-a-Lago? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you want to... So, Sonny Hostin, trying to make this J6 this thing, but comparing it to the Holocaust, something tells me, if my memory serves me right, like 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. 6 million. One person died as a result of January 6th, and that happened to be a Trump supporter, an unarmed woman, a veteran. There were no police killed on January 6th. That is a Biden lie perpetrated and prognosticated by the lying legacy media. That didn't happen. The video footage that we see are people walking in between ropes like they're junior hires on a field trip. The best you could come up with was the dude in the Viking helmet and the one dude that went into Nancy Botox Pelosi's office and sat in her chair and kicked his feet up on her desk. And how did he find her office? Oh yeah, the Capitol Police took him there. The Capitol Police acted as tour guides. So the American people see this for what it was. A way to try to discredit and disqualify Donald Trump. And it backfired spectacularly. The J6 committee backfired, and now we have that Liz Cheney actually did witness tampering and helped witnesses, shall we say, beef up their testimony. The whole thing was an inside job, period, designed to make it look like Donald Trump had done something. But here was the problem. 99% of the people there that day behaved. And even the ones that broke into the Capitol, they didn't take anybody hostage. They didn't set anything on fire. They didn't destroy anything. Oh, and a bunch of Second Amendment gun nuts showed up to take over the government without any guns. So the American people get it. Sonny doesn't. And Sonny's got her own problems, like her husband committing insurance fraud. He's been indicted on a RICO charge as of yesterday for billing insurance companies for procedures he never actually performed, or performing procedures that actually were not needed, but it was a way under New York's no fault that there's a guaranteed amount of insurance money that will always be given out for him to cash in on all of that. Sonny, bye. Take care of the real crimes going on in your own home. Stop worrying about the imaginary crimes of Donald Trump.